motherfucker need a straight jacket.
Yeah, no, that's a problem.
Because, like, you don't have no limits at that point.
Facts, you do anything.
You'll do anything. You say that, like, this felt right to me today.
Right.
You know, but when you got that standard, that home base, I don't think there's anything else like it. You know what I'm saying? So when you do, to answer your question, what do you do when wrong feels right? I think that's when community and like your like support system, your circle, that's when they come into place.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, that's you slipping.
Yeah.
Basically, you slipping.
What's going on? Welcome in. Happy Monday. If you're in the chat with us right now, let us know what you've been up to today. If you want to submit your music, just hit ! Submit. And that is going to bring up the form for you to fill out. Still free to submit, still nice and easy, but if you are going to be skipping the queue, just make sure you read the instructions. That has changed ever so slightly, but I think for the better. So if you're here in the chat, just make sure you use that link in my bio to submit your music. If you're with us on Instagram, come hang out on Twitch. We're live right now. We'll be live for the next 2 hours, listening to music and giving feedback to independent and emerging artists. Why? Because we just like to do that. If you're with us in the chat on Twitch, let us know what you've been up to so far this week, what you get up to this weekend, and where are you watching. But as always, make sure you submit your music using the submission form. If you want to get into our queue for the day, I'll explain how this all works, who I am, what we do here very shortly as well. We are going to be starting by picking our last 2 finalists for the free consultation giveaway for hitting 3,000 followers on the Kayvan's House page on Instagram. So if you are in the chat and you don't follow us over there yet, make sure you go follow us as well. When we get to 4,000, we'll do another free consultation giveaway. All right? This song is so good. Right now you are listening to the songs we found on Twitch playlist, which I update every single time we go live here on stream. So if you are sending music in and you send it on Spotify, you'll be automatically considered for this playlist. We come back every Tuesday and make content about those songs as well. So if you are interested in getting more tapped in on the content side of things, just make sure you're submitting your music using the submission form. Like I said, it's free. So send it in regardless of whether or not you plan on doing a paid skip, which you can do if you really, really want to, but is not necessarily... You know, it's not a must. Junebug, what's going on? Welcome back to the chat. If you're with us in the chat, say what's up. Let us know what you've been up to this weekend. We're gonna get started here very, very shortly. When does it start? Very shortly, man. It's 6:03. You are on me today, Shinobi. What's going on? I hope you're doing well. I can't complain. Today has been chill. I had a day off work. Shout out to Martin Luther King.
Chase, don't jump. Chase, don't
Crazy
jump.
way to say that.
That was my
shout out to MLK. We did have a day off work today. I've still been working, but this is what it is. What's going on if you're in the chat? Hey, I hope you've had a good day. I mean, obviously, shout out to him for more reasons than that as well. If you remember me, you forgot to add mine. Did I? Is that true? I don't know if I forgot. Did you do a paid skip? If you did, we'd probably listen to it, bro. Wagwan, Wow Dion, what's going on? I'm curious. Drew, I don't know, man. I've been doing this for a while, and I really try hard not to miss people, so I don't know that we missed anything. Got my first day at work tomorrow, so I hope that goes well. I wish you all the best at work tomorrow for the first day. If you're with us on Instagram, we're live on Twitch right now. Twitch.tv/KayvanMD. If you're with us on Twitch, I almost said TikTok. If you're with us on Twitch, make sure you submit your music. Of course, bro. What are you going to be doing? If you're watching to get played on stream, you have to submit your music in Nero, so just make sure you use the link in the chat to submit your music. And if you do want to guarantee you get played, just make sure you do it. I didn't have it added on Spotify for your playlist yet. It was jazz. Did you put it in the release calendar? That's my next question. Because if you didn't, then I may have missed it. So there's a couple things. I'll explain all the ways that you can keep me up to date with your music as well. And if you miss one playlist opportunity, just know there's always another playlist opportunity that you can submit for as well. So I will tell you what all the opportunities are before we get into the actual music feedback. But if you are here in the chat, just make sure you need to submit using Nero if you want to submit your music. So hit !submit at any point if you want to get bumped up into our priority queue and guaranteed, which is this green queue. These are the first songs that are playing. If you look at it on this side, you can see, look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already, which does mean after that, we're going to do another free one. Crisscross, we have switched up the process in here. So I know that you've just subscribed. I'll keep track of that. But if you can, just make sure you use the new submission form. Everything goes through Nero now, and I'll explain why we did that to everybody who's just joined us as well. But everything runs through here, so we don't do the subscribe to get bumped up thing anymore. That is not necessarily the way to do it. You can still subscribe and get ad-free viewing and emotes and all that other fun shit if you want to, and that's super tight. I appreciate your support if you want to just continue to subscribe anyway, but that is not how we do the skip queue anymore. Twitch increased the subscription price, so I wanted to bring the price down. One of our community members, Mick, technically, had built this platform, Nero, to kind of fix these issues and really kind of automate the whole thing, so I don't have to drag people's names all around and shit either, and we can get through more songs in theory in time. So now we do everything through Nero so that we can just make things easier, and we can bring the skip queue price down to $5 instead of like the $8 or $9 it was for a subscription on Twitch right now. So boom, that's why we do it this way. Make sure if you're submitting that you use the submission portal. I'm glad you guys like the new system. Shout out to Nero. Again, I am a big fan of what they're building. Super easy, bro. It's hassle-free. It's easy for me. It's easy for you. It automates things. It makes things move a little smoother. And then the process for me is still kind of the same. Every 5 priority skip queue songs. So after we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pipsqueak, we're going to randomly bump somebody else from the submission form for free, which I can do by taking all of your names and putting them into our spinning wheel. So make sure you submit your music anyway, but like I said, the process has changed a little bit. So if you're gonna submit, use that link. It's great. We're gonna get a dark mode soon, which I'm excited about too. So just know that is where all the submissions need to go now. If you are submitting, just make sure you hit !submit, and if you want to skip the queue, paid skip queue is actually cheaper. Crisscross, once you've submitted though, let me know, because specifically for you, in the interim where people don't know what we're doing and we're still trying to like get everybody up to speed, we're gonna fucking bump you up anyway, even if you do subscribe, because I appreciate it. So if you are a subscriber, an automatic resubscriber on the channel, please let me know. You will still get the free bumps that you would get usually for the subscription thing. We'll just do it manually so that we can make sure that we still get you for that, because we appreciate the support. The Zagla, hey, what's going on? Andrew Sauce, thank you for submitting. If you are in the chat right now, make sure you submit using this form right here. It's going to put everything here in this nice little interface for me to make things just a little bit easier. And if you are joining us for the first time, welcome in. We're going to get started shortly. I'm going to tell you guys who I am, what I do, what this is. The link that's on the Discord is also the correct link. So that's perfect. Just don't put it in the Discord specifically. You're still going to want to click through into this form and fill that out really quickly. I'm going to explain what this is, though, who I am, what we do here, and what the point of this is very shortly. Just make sure you submit in the meantime if you haven't. Scumbag World, what's going on? Guys, I'm so dehydrated today. Very sleepy. All right, so I guess we got a good little group here. I'll explain who I am and what this is right now, and then for anybody who comes in, you're probably gonna hear me do this a couple times in the stream, just for anybody who doesn't know. But for everybody who's here right now, my name is Kayvan. Mula Moss, what's going on? I'm the director of A&R at Genius Distro, also at Genius and World Star Distro as well. But I also run this community, Kayvan's House, which is what we do here on stream. This is Kayvan's House. You are at my crib. This is literally my office where I work every day. So what we do is we like to listen to music, playlist artists, support artists, follow artists, make content about artists, and just do that because we love the music first and foremost. It is not through Google anymore. If you can just make sure you submit using this link in the chat, that's going to be the correct way to submit your music now. And also you can do paid skips directly in the app there as well, so you don't have to go do a Twitch subscription. You don't have to do like 15 steps to get bumped up. This is going to automate this whole process so that if you want to get into the priority queue, it'll put you there. It'll tell you how far down the queue you are, and if you want to skip further, you can also do all that in the same place. So this is all to just kind of streamline the process here a little bit even more, okay? So, like I said, Genius Distro for the last couple of years, signing artists, putting out projects, doing everything from DSP to curator pitching, press runs, DSP runs, all kinds of cool shit, scheduling, uploading, planning rollouts. We do a little bit of everything over here. I've been managing artists for the last 10 years. I've been an artist myself. I produce music. What else? I just love music. I just love music. I do a lot of different things. So I've been working in the music industry for like the last 10 years on everything from interviews and media to also now the distribution side of things, signing artists, developing artists, and that's something I'm very passionate about. So what we do here is we listen to music, we give feedback as a community. So I'm going to be telling you guys what I think of the songs that we listen to, but at the same time, I'm going to want you guys to let us know what you think in the chat. There's really only one rule on the stream, and I'm going to say this multiple times. Don't be an asshole to other people. Be kind, be respectful. We want constructive feedback. We want you to tell us what you think of the songs and how you think artists can improve, but also at the same time, just do it in a way that you would want, you know, treat people the way you would want to be treated. If you don't, you'll get a yellow card, a red card, and then you're fucking out of here, all right? So just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's it. We're going to have fun. We're going to listen to music. If you want to submit music, it's free to do it. You can submit whatever you want. Spotify links are preferred if you want me to playlist you. But if you have like a music video, if you have like unreleased music, you can use whatever you want. You can upload your files into the backend on Nero here if you want me to play on there. Or you can send it on Untitled or a private link on SoundCloud. Whatever you want to do to get this music in front of us, you can send it in. If you got music videos, you can send that. If you have social media content, you can send that. What we're going to be doing is giving you feedback from the outside looking in and from the outside listening in. You know what I'm saying? Dropping on Thursday. Amazing. We do have a release calendar. So the opportunities that are available for you on the Kayvan's House page, all right? This is where we make all of our content. I run it through my personals as well. So combined audience of like, I don't know, like 18,000, 19,000 people, right? And then TikTok, Twitter, all of those places, YouTube as well. But we have a bunch of different content, guys. A bunch of different content that we make for artists and that we include artists in. So songs I found in my comments. If you don't get played on stream or you don't get playlisted off stream, you can always submit in my comments on these videos. I always listen to these songs. I save them every single week. I upload a new video every single week. And every week we find 5 songs from the comments and we put them in a playlist, put them in the content, all right? That's one thing. We've got our At Home With interview series, which is for artists in our community, as well as outside of our community. All you have to do is, if you submit here, you're immediately on my radar. If you're submitting for my playlist, you're already on my radar, and I'm keeping that kind of stuff in mind, okay? We've got some new... Ooh, didn't mean to boost that. We've got some new interview content we've been dropping, so keep your eyes open for more interviews with some artists from the community and more interviews in general on camera this year. We've got our new music through this playlist, which updates every single week, which you can submit for by putting your music in for the release calendar. New Music Friday content. Songs I found here on Twitch, so if you submit Spotify links, I can put you in the playlist if I like the song, and that's how that works. And yeah, that's it. We've got a bunch of different content. You can submit for all of it. All of the ways to submit your music are free, including this. So just take advantage of all the free playlist opportunities and submission opportunities. If you don't, then I'm not how to help you, all right? I'm trying to support. I'm trying to do everything I can, but you got to submit your music if you want to be considered for any of those things, okay? All right. Let's get into it. So you guys can see what this all looks like, how this works, and how it moves. Really quickly, though, I'm going to turn my computer speakers down because they are a little loud. Give me 1 second. Much better. Much better. Let's check. Yeah, I'll turn this music up for you. I got to protect my ears, so I don't want the shit too loud in my headphones. You feel me? All right, let's get into it so you guys can see. Oh, I did say, I lied. Sorry, we're going to start with this free consultation giveaway. So every 1,000 followers we hit on the Kayvan's House page on Instagram, we actually are going to give away a free consultation, or I am going to give one away with me. Right now, we are on our last round of finalists, so probably this Thursday we'll pull the winner of the free consultation giveaway. Right now, our finalists are Silk, Art, Jason, Cliche, Trilly, Moses, Kareem Liddell, Ty Slated, New Saint, and Soul Tide. We've got another 6 people to pull from tonight, or sorry, another 10 people to pull from tonight with Leno Prod, Manny Moss, CG Visuals, Polo San Pablo, Sue North, Mont Floyd, Aiden Park, Oshua, B Cave, and Glock Samurai. So let's see who's going to win the free consultation giveaway. Final slots first, and then we will get back into this music. So it looks like our first finalist is going to be Glock Samurai. Woo, W's in the chat for Glock Samurai. Let me just mark this down. All right, that's our first finalist of the evening. Yeah, if you missed it, don't worry. When we get to 4,000, we'll do it again. Just make sure you put your notifications on the page as well. You can resubmit new music or old music. It's really truly up to you. Blue Jean Baby, what's going on? I really liked your song this week. B Cave, our second finalist this time around. So let's get these guys in that final list. And then we'll get into your music, and you can see how this actually works. Sorry, this is just an extra thing that I'm in the middle of doing that we're close to ending. So if you did just join us in the chat, welcome in. Make sure you submit your music using this link in the chat. We're going to run everything through Nero now, so just make sure the final list for finalists. Exactly. I kind of love that. I don't know if I said that, but I love that. And if you're in the chat too, let us know where you're watching from. I always like to know where you guys are at in the world. We do have a nice little queue going, so we're going to start and get into this music feedback. But if you want to submit, just make sure you hit !submit. If you want to skip the queue, we do have a $5 skip queue, which you can do in there. If you want to bump multiple times, you can. If you want to submit multiple songs, you can. There's no limits on that front. And if you don't want to spend money, that's also fine. Every 5 skip queue songs will bump somebody up at random using this spinning wheel. We'll come back to it. You're going to see more of this again too, and it does say the numbers of the songs. Shout out to Mick Mason, Eddie Mick, who's in the chat, who's the founder of this company and a member of our community, which we love. It's been really cool. You can submit songs that aren't out. You just have to send us a link or upload the song in Nero. It's up to you, whichever way you want to do it. All right, we're going to start with 18K by Dion Raps, though. This is an unreleased song from his upcoming project. Just wanted to share with you first because of all the support. Man, we appreciate that. And we love the exclusive. All right, man. D. Miller, what's going on? Pure Brexit Geezer. We got a lot of you guys in here today. I think it says 47 in the chat. It's nice to see you. Just sent some new stuff by me and Taps. Can't wait. Nero looks fire. I've heard of it. It is fire. 18K Yogi, Dion Raps. Let us know what you think in the chat. Oh, a little quiet. I fear I may have turned my computer down too much. I may have turned my speakers down too much, guys. Okay, really good vocal tone on the delivery already. I'm gonna have to turn my headphones up though. Sorry, I have to do it. This is the chaos. This is the chaos of live, guys. All right, that's better. I do still think the master could be a touch louder overall. Let us know what you think in the chat. Is this person in the chat? I believe so. Oh. Voice definitely reminds me of Flatbush Zombies as well. Biggest thing for me here is definitely like Master could be louder overall. Love this second half. And I think the vocal mix on this second half is arguably a little bit better. Dion Raps on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. This second half is crazy as fuck, bro. I like the first part too, but second part is knocking. Not mastered yet. This comes out next month. It's the same person on both. Right? Dion, this is you on both parts. Just formant shifted on the second part and full voice on the first part, I think. The formant shift was a really nice touch. First verse, though, I think I loved the vocal tone. It was really interesting, actually, the way that you kind of like have these two different distinct vocal tones on first half and second half. I really like that about it. I think that's the thing that like really stands out to me the most, is that combination of those two different styles vocally, but they work together so well. And this is something I talk about a lot, is just keeping people engaged, you know what I mean, and vocally. Yeah, super, I mean, it's only 2 minutes, so it's not a particularly long song anyway, but I think it being broken up into these two distinct sections makes it go even smooth, like it's smooth. It goes quickly. It's an easy listen. Amazing work, bro. At Dion Raps on Instagram. Make sure you let me know when that drops, because I do think we'll be supporting that on playlists. Joel up next. This is an R&B song that has a 90s yet modern feel. It's a song that's intended to be sexual and sensual. Ooh, ooh, guys, some grown folks music. I use interesting chord changes, and vocally I put a lot of emphasis on harmonies. I think you would really enjoy this. We're gonna find out right now. Let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, bro, definitely let me know when that drops, because I liked that shit. It was good. It had a really good vibe to it, a good feeling to it. Let me know how the volume is for you guys too. I just want to make sure you guys are hearing everything loud enough. My faders look hella quiet tonight, but I think I just got to play with my settings a little bit. Steve O'Papa said that record was hard. This cover art could be better, says Pipsqueak. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, let me go get you right now, bro. All right, you're in the queue now, bro. Okay, so mix-wise, feedback here. I do think there's still a little bit of balance needed between these different vocal layers. It's like the high harmony it feels louder than maybe the lead vocal, which is a concern for me because the lead is supposed to be the lead, right? So it's hard to follow that lead melody because that higher harmony is maybe a little bit louder than it should be. And then that low harmony feels maybe... I don't know. I feel like there should be more balance between the vocals on this for me, like the different vocal layers. That's probably the first thing I hear. A little bit of tuning would be good. I think just to smooth out some of the moments that get a little shaky. Melody choices are really nice. Reverb ambient space is also very messy. You can hear it sounds a bit cluttered when there's a lot of vocal presence, says Pipsqueak. Steve Papa says this doesn't give central to me. Also a fair point. This feels like a little cuter, like a little bit like a playful Toby Lewis as a type vibe, as opposed to like a sexual sensual vibe. I'm not mad at the song though. No, I just don't know if I would describe it that way personally. The actual harmony, like the actual stacks themselves, are really nice. I think it's just the balance in the mix to really accentuate the right vocal part at the right time that could use a little bit of work. Like these harmonies are beautiful. That's nice, bro. Feels like a Hellenbach Bakar type vibe. Yeah, we love Bakar in here. It's a really nice melody. Probably gives a bit older Bad Bunny vibes. And well. Devious, my guy, welcome back. Happy Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. If you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. They're really cool vocal parts. That's the thing that I will say throughout. If we're stepping away from the mix itself, I really love the way you've arranged the vocals. It's really just the mix and the balance, I think, that could be a little bit better. Greetings to Denmark. That's super fire. What part of Denmark are you in? Yeah, it's close, bro. I think the ideas are really good. Joe.L music on Instagram. Artwork, maybe not my favorite. I would maybe put a little bit more effort into the artwork, even if you're doing... Oh, we got Vancouver in the chat. Shout out to Vancouver. I love Vancouver. I spent a lot of time there. Yeah, I think for me, the plus is there. Really amazing vocal arrangement, vocal melody choices, leads, and harmonies. Great. That stuff was great. The development and the arrangement of the song was really, really nice too. I actually liked the production, but for me, the mix could probably be a little bit cleaner and also just accentuate some of those really cool moments a little bit more. To me, that's maybe where it lost me a little bit. It just, some of those really, really cool moments in the vocal are a little bit buried in the background. And overall, it felt maybe a touch quiet. Malaysia, yeah, you can submit whatever song you want. Just make sure you use this link to submit music. And if you want to skip the queue and get bumped into our priority queue, you can. It's a $5 skip if you want to do that once, and if you want to do it multiple times, you can. If not, every 5 songs we're going to bump somebody up for free. So in 2 songs, we're going to have somebody bumped up for free using our random spinning wheel. Yes, there are definitely some DMV people in the chat. We got a nice little community in the DMV, and I love the music there. I've signed a couple artists from the DMV as well, the Genius Distro, so... that last song was called... I lost it already. Mountains. Is that right? Inside You. Inside You. Which has a song title is quite sexual and sensual. K-Umi, Irene, Mr. up next. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do I sign artists from Africa? I would if it was the right artist and it made sense. You're welcome, World Star Distro 2. I will be working more on it this year. But I don't know if I'm supposed to say that yet. Devious. Is the link safe? Yes, I'm the only one who has access to it. And I'm not in the business of leaking people's music or stealing it, so don't worry.
chance. They'll snake you over pennies cause they never seen a band.
Do you sign artists to make hard music? I mean, if it moves me, if it makes me feel something, yeah, why not? From me or from someone else? Yo, this is fire. Polo G, Lil TJ vibes immediately, which is music that I like. Vocal recording could be cleaner. There's maybe a little bit too much reverb delay on the lead vocal, which is kind of making it a little messy at times. But it's for this type of music, it hits. I'm gonna put this in the playlist and I'm gonna come back to it. Oh, I saw an interview with the founder of Dapif talking about Worldstar distro. Trap Soul, yeah. I mean, does this Trap Soul? I feel like Trap Soul leans more like Bryson Tiller than like the Polo TJ shit. I never really knew what to call this type of music outside of just melodic rap, but yo, Blue Jean, you and Shinobi actually would fuck with each other musically as well. I hope you both get to hear each other's music in the stream today. I mean, Worldstar distro has been a thing, so that's not new. I'm just starting to work on it soon. That's all. I really like this song. Biggest feedback is on the mix and the vocal recording. So if you listen closely, you can hear like mouth noise, right? So like just like the noises that come with your mouth when you're recording. That could be the mic that you're using. It could be the amount of reverb that you had on it. It could be the EQ. You should be able to EQ some of that out. You should be able to DS some of that out as well. But I do think without doing those things first, then putting the reverb or delay on that lead vocal, that's where it starts to get a bit messy. It's just you're hearing a lot of noises happening at once. So I would just cut down the delay reverb on the vocal a little bit and then just focus on getting that vocal mix right. But lots of pluses in the song itself, in the vocal delivery, in the styling. All that was really good. Not sure why you didn't put any socials in here because I would follow you right now. If you're in the chat, Kayumi, just let us know what your artist name or I guess what your socials are because I'd love to go follow you and I'm sure there were some people in the chat here that also would too. Next up, Copy and Paste by Moss. Then we've got Pipsqueak and our first free bump of the evening coming in after that. Copy and paste. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to keep things moving. And again, if you want to submit your music, just make sure you hit !submit. If you want to skip the queue, !skip will explain how. All right? Damn, Shinobi and Blue Jean Baby are having a moment right now. All right, this one's a bit quiet in the master immediately. Can give the donation via PayPal. It preferably if you can do it in Nero, that's great. Just because I can't keep track of PayPal, but there's the PayPal link just in case you want to do it that way. You should be able to see it on Nero where you're at in the queue. Check the room. What's going on, bro? Welcome in. Welcome back. Is that 58 of you in the chat for real right now? That's crazy. Are we gonna hit 60? Ah! Sorry, I still get excited about that type of shit. Nah. We're here for music, guys. We're here for music, so we're gonna get through as many songs as possible. 60 is crazy. I appreciate you guys. Alright, for me, some timing issues in the delivery. I think that's one of the things I would work on with this artist. Just hit the beat a little bit more on, especially with this type of music. The slow tempo of the production means you've really got to hit it, I think. We do love to see the house grown. If you are here in the chat, just make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's house. And also join the Discord too for more free opportunities. I like the ad-libs. I like generally like the vocal tone and kind of the flow. Rachel Norman, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Timing for me is the biggest one on this one, and then the master being a little bit quiet. Like, those are the things I would improve. Check the Rhyme said the same thing. I like what I'm hearing for the most part, but he loses the beat at times. That's the thing I hear too. Honestly, that's the thing that would probably stop me from playlisting this. And I do wish I was getting a little bit more from the beat, just mix wise again, right? Like it feels a little bit quieter. It feels a little bit more in the background. There is like definitely like bright spots throughout as you're listening to it. Like there's moments I really like. There's moments I'd come back to. There's moments where I'm like, I'm gonna put this in the playlist. But then I think the moments where it takes me out of it maybe outweigh that. Manny_Moss_ on Instagram though. From PA. All right, Paulo Lou. I saw your PayPal thing come in. What's your artist name though? PG Lou. What's your artist name, bro? Still rocking with it. Yeah, I like it. I like it overall, right? But I think the things that take me out of it and stop me from playlisting it are the timing, and then also in the Google form. We don't use the Google form anymore, so you have to do it on the website. If you put your songs in the Google form, I'm not gonna be able to pull them up because I don't even have it open. So there's a Google form which is my release calendar. That is a different thing. That is for a playlist that we update every single Friday, which you can submit your music to whenever you want, and I check that on Fridays, right? But then for the other, like if you're submitting for the stream specifically, you have to use Nero. That's that, okay? If you're gonna stick with this style, I suggest studying Mick Jenkins. Also a very fair point. PG Lou, just make sure you submit in this form as well because I don't see it in there yet. And I would love to make sure that we get you bumped into the priority form or into the queue. I just don't see it in here, so I can't do that yet. All right, you got to submit in that form. Steve Opapo says a lot of good hit. Timing's a bit of an issue, and I wish there was a little bit more energy in the delivery. Totally fair. I think all of those things are fair. I think for me, it's small things. It's close, but it's just not quite there yet. Pipsqueak says, "What do you guys weigh most: musical talent or social media fan base?" For me personally, it's music first. If the music isn't good, I don't really give a fuck how many followers you have, because like you can buy and fake that and just like make some viral shit that gets you a bunch of followers who don't give a shit, you know what I mean? But like I think building a fan base and building like real fans who care about your music is a completely different thing, and I would much rather have an artist who only has like 5 or 10,000 real fans who interact with them super heavily that we can build off of, who make great music first and foremost, than have somebody who makes like the shittiest fucking music ever with like 20 million followers and none of them give a shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, I just feel like you can get more out of it. And then if you think about like the trends of like music too, right? Like streaming is one thing, but if we have things like even and direct to consumer, then merch and like shows, tickets, all that kind of stuff, having a real fan base that will actually interact with those things and spend money is going to be more valuable long term than having a bunch of followers who don't give a shit. Followers are still important, and socials are important for different aspects of it. And I think as a manager, I maybe think about that a little bit more, because it's like, all right, like we've got to build off of this thing as well. But at the same time, I think that's something you can build, whereas like building great music and doing it backwards, sometimes that's harder to do. Like if an artist just doesn't have that thing musically, that's a much harder thing to teach, I think, than the social aspect of it and the other side of it, which like in theory there's like certain things you can point to, or like, you know, references you can give and things you can show them that can help them learn, or even companies that can help you do that. But it's just kind of harder the other way. Like you can bring in producers and writers, but if someone just doesn't have that voice or the delivery, or they can't perform, like it's so much harder to teach that side of it, I think. Quality over quantity, a bit of both. You need both quantity and quality. How do you listen to even? How do you listen to even? Do you need the Apple Can go and you have to buy it? So it's directly buying from the artist, and like they'll set a price. Like it can be $20, it can be $25, it could be $5, like whatever it is. But as a platform, you can sell directly to your audience, and for the fans who already do care, some of them will spend more than what the price is to get it. So like Mick Jenkins just released an album on Even. And literally, like, the next day was like, oh, I made more releasing it this way than I would have made off of streaming in, like, 32 million streams or whatever. But after you buy it, how does it play? I mean, you would have to open it in whatever. Like, you can put files from your computer on Spotify or on iTunes or on Apple Music. So, like, it would just be the same thing. You just need to play it and something. I mean, you could just download it and then spacebar and preview if you wanted to, but it's up to you. You can probably figure it out. Bandcamp's a good option. I don't love Bandcamp personally, but it is a good option. for that model of direct to consumer and kind of doing that with your audience as well. Dying by Pipsqueak. Sorry. And yeah, feel free to ask me questions whenever you want. I'm happy to answer your questions. Like, this is all I think about and do all the time. So I'm always happy to just share what I've learned. Ooh, I love this. Mula Mas, if you submit using the forum, you'll be able to see. Yeah, I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if it's like good user-wise, but it's a great idea. Also, you can still release it on DSPs after you release 3 even. This is super sick. Pipsqueak, do you have an Instagram? Yeah, you do. Is this you? Is this the right account? Prod FLTR on Instagram. And I fucking love this. All right, we're gonna do our first free bump of the evening after this. G Moss, thanks for the sub. If you were trying to bump up, just know it's through the skip queue though. About to follow you right now because this is sick. I love this. Sub is maybe a touch heavy, just loudness wise, but the feeling of it is perfect. The distortion's great. Did you produce this too? Let us know what you think in the chat. Zagla says I rocks with this. I really like this a lot. Guys, we really broke 60 in the chat today. That's pretty cool. Eee. Maybe shorten this gap right here. It's a bit long into the next section with vocals. Or add some sort of like vocal sample in the middle there. Just even a chop to keep things interesting. This one's not out yet, so you can't listen to it yet. But make sure you go follow @Prod FLTR. Where are you from? This shit is cool. This section right here is my favorite section of the song, by far. You're from Denmark. That's what you said. You're from Denmark. And it's like the 3rd biggest town in Denmark. Danish people are mad cool. This is cool as shit, dude. I like this. Check the rhymes, is very well produced. It moves really well. Just that gap in the section from like 112 to 137, you could make maybe half the length. Or just do some interesting little vocal chops in there and I think it'll fill it out. The vocal mix reminds me of Lil Yachty, I Took the Walk to Poland. Especially right here. Really cool, man. Great job. Really, really great job on this one. One of my favorites we've heard so far tonight. Alright. Let's get our first free bump of the evening. That's right, you heard me. Free bumps. Oh, except for PGLU, who we need to bump up. Okay, let's get the rest of these in there. That was sick. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. I want to hear more. Still have some small nitpicky stuff to do, other than that, I'm happy with the way the song flows. It flows really well. I think for me, the only reason I say that about that little 30-second section in the middle is just like sometimes you'll lose people when like everything drops out because they'll just think it's the end of the song. And because it takes a little bit longer to build back into that next section, I would like, for me as a producer, I'd maybe cut it, like it's 16 bars right now, make it 8. If it's 8, maybe make it 4. But if you don't want to change the length, I would just suggest just cutting up some of the vocals and just having little like additive details in there, because I think that will just ease people from one section to the next without it having to be shorter. You can still have it be the same length. But just something in there to just keep people interested so you don't lose them in the middle of the song with that momentum. Sometimes when the momentum of a song stops, you'll lose listeners. And I see that on the back end of like stats on YouTube and shit like that, right? So like that's the only reason I say that. Again, and everything I say in here, for everybody who's in here as an artist, everything I say in here is a suggestion. Don't feel like you have to do anything that I say. Don't feel like you have to take anything that I say as like a slight to you. It's just my opinion and what I hear from listening to a lot of music. And that's why I want your guys' feedback as well, because sometimes just hearing this from multiple people, it can help you figure out whether or not you actually need to do something. And a lot of times I'll also caveat and be like, like just because I said that doesn't necessarily mean that it is the thing, but I would maybe try it and see how you feel about it. Because I'm just like the type of person, even as a producer, like I want to try everything so I know what it sounds like, so I can decide whether I like it or not. And more often than not, I'm going to try shit and be like, nah, I fucking hate that. Control Z, Command Z, undo that shit. But every now and then you'll try something, you'll be like, you know what? That was super fire. So more than anything, I think it's just kind of giving you guys that mindset of approaching things with the mindset of trying first, and if you're not liking it, going back to the way it was. Zagla says collab with a producer who played his beat on stream, and the song is gas. I love that. I'm glad that you guys are collaborating with each other. Please do that more. Like, that is like one of my favorite things about this community, is that you guys will work together and do work together on music, and that is really fucking cool for me. All right, let's spin the wheel. Experimenting make music creating more accessible. Yeah, because it does. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta experiment. I think that's how you improve as an artist, is how you grow as an artist. Experimentation. Same thing as a producer. Like, if you're not trying new stuff, it's easy to just get stuck in making things the same way. And sometimes you just got to try something different, and you never know what sound is going to come out of it, or what song is going to come out of it, and that could be the thing that changes your life. So I've kind of always just been like, yeah, fuck it, why not? All right, first free bump of the evening is going to Shinobi, which is great, because I really wanted Blue Jean Baby to hear your stuff. Bad luck. Let us know what you think in the chat. I fuck with this artist hella hard, bro. Like, from the DMV, super talented young artist. Same thing with his Quajo's your brother, right? I always forget whether you guys are brothers. But also just like, yeah, they make great music. Yeah, twin brother. They're literally twin brothers making amazing music. G-Moss, are you trying to get bumped up in the queue, or are you just subscribing because you're a real one? Oh, I love this, bro. Damn, this is sick already. SH1NOB101 on Instagram. Both? Okay, I need you to submit in the form. You haven't submitted any songs in the that I can see. Just make sure you use that link in the chat to submit your music. And then let me know what your artist name is when you do, and I'll bump those up, alright? You have 2, technically. This is Gas's Blue Jean Baby. I don't know why it says we're not following you, bro. We're definitely following you. This is my favorite song I've heard from you so far. I actually love your vocal in this like melodic space, and I don't know that I've heard it be this melodic yet, but I just feel like you've done an incredible job. And this really just feels like the best pocket for you, bro. This is the best song I've ever written, to be honest. It's amazing. Yeah, Zago, let me know your artist name. I'll go find you on the thing. I want more of this from you. Beautiful melodies, beautiful vocal layers. I didn't say best song I've ever heard. I said best song I've ever heard from him. From this artist specifically. Best song I've ever heard would be Cap. I'm not lying to anybody on the stream like that. If I was to say that on stream, just know, if you ever fucking hear me say this is the best song I've ever heard on stream in my life, just know that that is the best song I have ever heard. It's not something that I would just say, but from this artist, who I've heard quite a lot of music from, this is my favorite song that I've heard from them so far, and I would say it's the best song that I've heard from them. And I think I can stand by that as somebody who's listened to quite a bit of their music and playlisted a lot too. I personally love Figure It Out Loud by him a lot. There's a lot of great music from Shinobi, in all honesty, and he's super, super young, so I'm about it, and I'm with it. SH1NOB101 on Instagram. And yeah, for the people who did subscribe specifically, I'm looking at you. Zagla, Luke Elion. Okay, let me get you really quick. Yeah, please don't, like, I know that some of you guys are doing the subscription thing. Please don't do that. that is not the way that we're doing things there anymore. I guess I should do this again for everybody who's in it. So if you are submitting, one, don't submit using the Google form anymore. That is not how we submit for stream anymore. Don't put it in the Discord. Don't put it in the Google form. If you are submitting music for the stream, you have to submit it using Nero, which is linked in the chat. That is how I want things submitted. Please do that. Otherwise, it's going to be a fucking pain in the ass for me to find things, right? And it's going to slow the stream down. It's going to make we're going to get through less music. And the goal is to get as many as possible. Oh, pin a message on chat. I honestly don't know how to do that right now because I am just doing this on my own. So I'll figure that out for next time and pin a message in chat. Yeah, the VODs do become, they're on my YouTube channel, so you can go watch them whenever you want. They'll go up the next morning. All right, that was Bad Luck by Shinobi. Make sure you go follow him on socials as well. Yeah, so make sure you submit in there. Boom. You can upload the waves directly in there. You don't even have to upload them to Untitled. You can literally put them in this platform. And if you want to do paid skips, please do them in there. It's cheaper than it is subscribing on Twitch. So, like, I appreciate it. It's great. But, like, literally, I moved to this platform so we could bring the skip queue down in price. So if you want to spend less money, then do it in there as well, and you can do multiple skips. But if you have already subscribed, or if you've done it already, let me know, and I will bump you up. That's all right. Can you submit? Yeah, you can submit. Boom. I haven't decided when in February yet, but whenever I do figure out on those socials, please let me know. Please put it in the release calendar when you figure it out, okay? All right, boom. Something sweet. About my brother who moved to LA. I hope he's doing okay, and I hope everybody in LA is doing all right. And again, if you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. I'd love to find out. This is something sweet. Let us know what you think in the chat. Hey. Very 1975-esque instrumentation already, which I fuck with. I'm Dabble, D-A-B-L on Instagram. Yeah, but Moss, I need you to submit the song properly so I can bump it up. That's the thing I've said like 6 times. I understand you just did a paid skip, but I need you to submit using the submission form, otherwise I can't get the song. Submit 2 songs, you'll get 2. I'm gonna fucking lose it, guys. Come on. And let me know when you have, bro. I like this. I do think that the vocals can maybe come up a touch, even with the harmonies. I want to feel the harmonies maybe a little bit more than I do. Zagla, perfect. Just tipped on. Oh, so you're in there. Are you Jay Stacks or Ben Garosi or Ake? Are you one of them? Okay, good. All right. As long as you're in there, I just want to make sure that we don't miss you entirely. That's the thing. Zagla says this is really cool country feel. Okay, Jay Stacks, you are in the skip queue as well. Whew. I like this. I like this a lot. I think the only thing that I could possibly want is for the vocal to be a touch louder. But not much. I think it's just because of where it sits, like frequency-wise, your vocal is like kind of almost exactly where the guitar tone is as well. This is what the queue looks like right now. We've got a couple skips. I mean, there's a couple skips in there for sure. Every 5 though, we will bump somebody up for free. So that says I did boost the vocal a bit for Spotify, just didn't update SoundCloud Wave. Okay, then it's probably fine. That's the only thing that I hear. That's it. Blue Jean Baby says this is so good. It's really good. This is definitely something I'd listen to. Definitely something I'd playlist. This is like very much where my taste is at right now as well. Like I've been enjoying music in this space a lot recently. Luke says this is tough. I'm Dabble, D-A-B-L on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you like this. 4 minutes is maybe a bit long, but at the same time, like with the pacing and everything, it moves pretty quickly. This hasn't felt like exceptionally long by any means. I don't know if it, like, sound wave wise, it doesn't look like it's gonna get bigger again. Part of me wishes that this section right here where everything drops out built back into another big moment. It's maybe not, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, the song's still really strong. Maybe that's the only thing I hear, though. where like I kind of wish towards the end it had that building moment again, because this is really nice when it strips down like this. We don't really have that moment right before. Part of me feels like maybe even taking this more stripped down section and flipping it with that final chorus, so it's almost more of a bridge than a chorus, or sorry, than the outro section. That's maybe the only thing that I hear that I'm like, ah, damn, like I wish towards the end there had that really big build moment where everything comes crashing back in. Because I feel like I hear that of like a 1975 or like some of the artists in that space, right? You have that moment towards the song where like everything climaxes after this stripped down moment. I feel like that's a pretty formulaic way of thinking about it. So I understand why it's not like, like I said, it's not the end of the world by any means. But I think for me, that's the only thing is like, especially when you get into this section, you almost expect another moment where everything kind of drops and it feels a little bit bigger. But I mean, I really loved it. That's me being super, super picky about arrangement. And I don't think that it necessarily makes the song not hit. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at Daniel, we'll do another one. I'm Dabble, DABL on Instagram. Make sure you go. Yeah. It's like, and that's purely subjective. You know what I mean? But I think like, if I think about like those moments in songs, I think those are some of my favorite moments where like strips down and then everything drops back in and it's this huge moment. Yeah, literally, like most people won't even hear that or think about it at all. The end was way more of a final emotion. Goodbye to my brother in a way. Also fair. So I think if there's a purpose to it as well, and this is me again, like I'm listening first time ever I'm hearing it. I'm probably listening to it through the lens of a producer more than a lyricist when I'm listening to music. So like that's always going to be a thing for me, and you should keep that in mind too. Like if there is a story and a reason that it does that aligns with the lyrics and the story being told in the song, sometimes I'm not going to hear that or know that context. So I think knowing that context from you as well, like yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and maybe it actually isn't a big deal there. Okay, Luke Elion's one, Parlez-vous, actually doesn't take me to anything. Is that on streaming? No. It's not. All right, we're going to go to the next one really quickly. Apples on Phones by Grant Sims. And then Luke Elion, it's a YouTube link. Can you actually fuck, this is going to be tough. Can you send me the actual correct link in the chat? Would that be okay? That one just didn't open. It just took me back to the same page. Ooh. Oh shit. This is mad clean, bro. Vocals cut in through really nice. Love the bossa vibes. Oh, Eddie, that'd be amazing. And is that supposed to be like French Parlez-vous? Talking out your ass, you don't know, I know you do. You be thinking that you clever, but the noose is really this is beautiful. Man, I'm looking at the tactics, I can see it transluce. I've been offering my glasses, but you got. Let us know what you think in the chat. Like apples on phones do. Hey, like the ocean, they sure could have told you. I know. Don't worry, it's all good though. Don't gotta call you, leaving a message. That's what you gon' do. Dion Rap says I want to see a visual for this high key. This is beautiful, bro. I love the bossa vibes on the production. The mix on the vocal is clean as fuck. It's coming through really nice. I think I saw your cousin by one of my this shit moves. I guess time is telling you that I'm about the coldest. I ain't here to boast about the way that I've been chosen. Got the shoulders moving. About how the Father opened doors. Zach says I love this. Such a vibe for real, says Shinobi. Like these vibes for real, says Scumbag. You did a great job on the vocal mix. It sounds amazing. Produced by Devin Malik. Weirdly, maybe should have known that. Production's amazing. Wait, are you the artist as well? Did you just mix the vocals? What happened? Oh, is that the end of it? Oh, what a tease. What a tease, guys. Grant Sims on Instagram. GRANTESIMS. Yeah, my only notes, I'm upset it ended. I wanted more. I wanted it to be longer. Fuck. I like that song. Parlez-vous up next. Kayvan's house is a home. It's true. This is a home. Mic check. Got hit with mad ads. I'm sorry. I mean, if you guys do want to subscribe, you can. And that will get rid of the ads. Just as a thing. I'll pull up the socials. I know them already.
Take control of the ground. Take what's mine, lost and found. It's the slightest, that's profound.
I like this visual a lot already. What up, Justin? Happy New Year, bro.
In my triangle, you tapping out. Moving silence, not a sound. Moving silence like a mouse. Parlez-vous speak of the hype? Change the whole world, yeah.
Parlez-vous speak of the hype? Do you speak of the hype? That's French.
Bring the whole team, yeah, we sightseeing. I focus it in. From the future, let it rain. Purple rain, regenerate. From the prince into a king.
I love it, bro.
Smoke that reefer, leave no brain.
Hero, what's up? Please do. I would love to hear more. Guys are not fucking around today. This is good, man. When is this video gonna drop? It's beautifully shot. I love the colors. I love the whole like feeling of the video. These shots are nice. This comes out tomorrow? Tough. Make sure you put the song in our release calendar too. I'll put this in the playlist this week. Yeah, your friends are crazy, bro. On the video tip, these are amazing. Already in there, we love to see it. I will say, for Luke Elion, bro, first thing I ever noticed that really caught my attention was the videos. There was probably still some things in the songs that needed work in the beginning, but I mean, this is like 2+ years ago at this point, maybe longer. And this just feels like a way more polished version of like what I initially saw. Clean visual, good, interesting song to listen to. A really, really nice range of delivery styles from the artist, which I think is important. Like, that diversity makes it easy to listen to the artist because you kind of don't know exactly what you're gonna get. It's like you listen to Lil Baby, you know what you're gonna get. It gets a little boring at a certain point. Hearing artists do this kind of stuff with their vocals and play with them, I say the same thing about Tyler. Like, that's what makes Tyler such a fun artist to listen to, I think, for me now. Parlez-vous, which technically means do you speak in French. We love to see it. Luke Elion, let's pull up the socials really quick. Just make sure you go follow if you were rocking with that. Boom. Luke, LUUK _ELYON. Yeah, you killed that, man. That one was really, really fire. Can't wait to see that when it drops. We'll definitely be supporting. Next up, Taps Galantino, Concept Invite. Taps Galantino is an artist from LA I'm locked in with. This one is one of the unreleased concept songs. No final mix and master yet. I produced this, going to be on the next project. This is Chris Cruz, who is a producer out of the Netherlands. And if you've ever heard me on stream before, you know that I just fuck with Dutch producers in general because they're just really fire. So I don't know what we're going to get. Taps Galantino's been pretty fun to listen to as well. But this is an LA-based rapper. Dutch producer. Let us know what you think in the chat. I mean, I think a little bit more balance on the percussive elements will help this. Right now, that's the only thing that really stands out to me. And I know it's not mixed or mastered yet, so I'm, take that with a pinch of salt. I like the vibe. I got you. It's in the queue. The concept here is really cool. Beat is knocking for sure. The concept's really cool. Love the melodic elements. Love the actual like mix between the vocal and the production. Like, it all fits together as a song. It's really just those percussive elements maybe being mixed a little bit better that I think I need. But I like the build. I do think the electric piano needs to come up quite a bit. Right now it's super buried underneath that bass line and the percussion. The bass line is nice though, maybe a little too constant. Maybe find some ways to add some variation to that throughout. This shit is a vibe though. It's very like Ty Dolla $ign kind of feeling to it. Let us know what you think in the chat, but I do like this. I think mix is the thing that could improve for me, but you already said it's not done yet, so. Okay, but I need you to still submit in the form. Sorry. Love this halftime section too. Okay, as long as you submit it in the form, that's fine. Just let me know when you've done it, and I'll go find you, okay? The slow down here is crazy. Super trippy. Panic is nice. Leak on Twitch, that sounds like a party. The space and percussion makes room for its melodies. I think it's just a beat mix thing. If these sounds were better, I don't know if it needs much. That's it. I agree. I don't know that it needs all that much outside of mixing so that the right elements dominate the mix. But it's nice, man. Like overall, it's a really, really cool concept. I like it from start to finish. I think the vocals fit really well with the production. I want more of that electric piano because I think if you bring that up, it's really gonna maybe accentuate the melodic aspect of the song a little bit more. Whereas right now, like for the most part, we are just getting that percussive element, which is great. It's knocking, but we need some more of that melodic piece to tie everything together, I think too. Chris Cruz, Chris CROOSSS on Instagram, and then for Taps Galantino, make sure you go follow him as well. Taps TAPZ Galantino on Instagram. Also making really, really fine music, and yeah, super excited to hear some of these Chris Cruz and Tap songs come out. All right, next up, Money No Day. This song is just a cry from Nigerian youth expressing the economic state of the country. Money No Day, which means no money, while still keeping a positive, vibrant, and optimistic energy. Hailing from Lagos, Nigeria, FYL is supported by his brother Dib, Canadian-based producer to scale the street Afro sound globally. I love Afro sound, so this is gonna be super, super interesting, man. Sub means you don't get ads anymore. This is Money No Day by FYL. Let us know what you think in the chat.
No protest. Everything fine, everything good, no problem at all. No water, no food, food no day, no fuel, no problem at all. Bro, what did happen? What did they talk in the town?
All this song where you do self, you know matter.
The video's clean already.
Because all you know, if you didn't do,
My niggas go in for the star.
Alright, let us know what you think in the chat.
Yeah,
this video's clean. I like the song too.
Looking over our shoulder, and me low soldier. Whether for us or we broke. My brother just over. When she said she's in love.
Yeah, this is fucking tough, man. If you're with us on Instagram, we're live on Twitch right now. Come hang out. There's a link in my bio. It's free. It's all free.
When she said she's in love, my brother know me. She could be like you worry or like she know me. No money where you press you go.
Yo, this is tough, bro.
Some tell them.
No day.
Ego.
No day. Bro, I actually love this. We're gonna make sure we pull this up right now. Go save the song and playlist the song. This is tough. I'm gonna be singing this non-stop all week. I already know this is in my brain. And this is his first song ever. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, just followed FYL_ the general on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you rock with us. The video's a vibe too. The song on its own without the video, still a vibe. Bro, your song is amazing, man. I love it. Yeah, this is great, man. Great job, you two, Dib. Like, this is very fire. I mean, I don't know if you guys spent a lot of money on this video, but you did a great job of making it seem like you did. So, I got hella respect. This looks great. And it sounds great too. I will say, like, a lot of times, man, like, we gotta ban that spammer. Sorry. No day, money, no day, ego, no day, no day. Yeah, this shit is stuck in my head. I'm gonna be singing this. FYL Money No Day. Beautiful work, honestly. Super, super tight. FYL_ the general on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. If you were fucking with that, make sure you go follow out of Lagos, Nigeria. That was super tight. Like, just all around very, very good Afro sounds, man. Love it. Never Change, Italy up next. This is the final track of my upcoming EP, inspired by the title of the EP. We're heading to the UK next. We're in London now. Never Change by Italy. Let us know what you think in the chat. Killed it. Look, this is why I like knowing where you guys are at in the world, because honestly, we got a very global community in here, and it's like one of my favorite things. FYL_ the general was the last one. Alright, let us know what you think in the chat.
Baby, why would I wait to see something that you won't do? Yes, I'm full of riding bull. There ain't a promise you can keep, but you better keep me out of reach.
Is this the final mix master? Just curious as well. Only thing I would say is the bass line is a touch heavy. Just ever so slightly. Is Norchitos 420? Is this spam? Because if it is, I'm gonna ban you. But if you're just being kind, I don't disagree. Though I will say Bitcoin peaked super hard in the last couple of days. So maybe it's probably I guess it's gonna keep going up though. So I don't disagree. I own Bitcoin, so I don't disagree with you. Hinduism says, "Oh, this is beautiful." I'm a big Italy fan. The song, the pen's always been there. Listen, we don't give investment advice in here, but I will say, my Bitcoin's been doing pretty well too. So I don't disagree. This is a Sunday cleaning vibe. Like, I would listen to this in the house. This is the shit that you put on when you're a kid and you're like around the crib and you're just having a great time to yourself. I'm in the kitchen dancing around to this, like doing the dishes, making a coffee, maybe making some breakfast. Yeah, singing to the broom, 100%. I sold my car and both of my children for Bitcoins. I know that can't be real, but it made me laugh. I'm psyched. You guys are getting 2 Italy songs today. Wish I never knew ya. When I got you, baby. Got me singing it already. You've done the right things if I'm singing the song before it's even over. When I got you, baby. Oh yeah. Yo, the ups and downs of Bitcoin investment in the chat. Killing me right now, man. Blue Dream Baby said this is smooth. D Millie said those strings. Caro Tile said, I had a bunch of Bitcoin, but was forced to sell to my flying a garden. I saw the I mean, you gotta read that on your own. I'm not even gonna read it out loud, man. Lovely song, says Malik on Twitch. Yeah, that was a really, really good one for sure. Wait a second. Did I guess, yeah, now is the time. We got another free bump coming up, guys. I missed it. I missed the last one by one. I got too carried away. So y'all saying I should cop Bitcoin. I mean, look, it is going to continue to go up as crypto continues to become more important. And also, this administration is definitely pro crypto. It seems like with the weird Trump coin shit. But I wouldn't buy right now. Yeah, like it's like price wise, it's like peaking right now, and it might dip again. But I would just keep an eye out for the dip. You want to buy when it gets cheaper, and not buy when it's at like peak pricing, because you definitely could end up spending more on it, buying a bunch, and then holding it, and then it if it crashes or goes down at all, like the economy doesn't do as well as expected, or if Bitcoin doesn't do as well as expected, definitely, yeah, wait till the fear and greed index dips to fear 100%. You want to buy when the prices are down, and hold until the prices are up, especially if you're going to be doing long-term investment. I mean, if you're trying to get in and out, maybe, but that's way riskier. I'm not this is not investment advice either. I am not some sort of financial guru. I am also learning about how to invest in things. I need a meme coin. Oh man, how expensive do you think we could fucking endorse some white folks in your car? Yo, you are hella. You look. You should be glad that she can't see this chat, bro. Rachel Norman up next. Pump and dump. Kayvon Coin is terrible. We definitely don't want Kayvon Coin. I don't care. Oh my god. Whew. I'm fucking dead, bro. That's mad funny. Who got the skip? Rachel Norman got the skip. You can't. Yeah, my wife would fucking kill me, bro, if I said that shit. Messy Rachel Norman up next. This is Messy for Messy. Let us know what you think in the chat. Oh man, you guys kill me. I love the internet. I have the best time here. You've got a little bit of time. You've got 5 minutes. This is Rachel Norman, Messy for Messy. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Maybe I don't wanna clean up my act. Maybe it's hard to stay.
I actually know that I've listened to this song before. But let us know what you think, guys.
Funny, it makes me just wanna talk back. She's so messy, she's so messy, she's so messy, she's so messy.
I like the way that the production on this one progresses. Mix is a touch low, I agree.
They were busy running hell off and she's so messy, she's so messy, she's so.
I like the hook, because the hook is hella catchy. I don't even think that the mix is low. I think the bass is maybe a touch loud. Fujin says if Chapel Roan and Ariana Grande had a child. Definitely in that space. Nice pop. Nice voice, poppy and fun. Zegla says this has to be synced. I could see it getting synced, especially the chorus. Wait.
She's so messy, she's so messy, she's so. But did anyone check on me when they were busy?
Oh my god, I thought I heard Baruch Hashem. Yeah, I thought I heard it, but then I couldn't find it in the lyrics. I'm dead. I like this. Q looks like this right now. You have a couple more before you get there, bro.
It's me.
Like 4 more songs before we get to you.
You're literally the least messy person I've ever met in my entire
Rachel
life.
Norman Music on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you're rocking with us.
She isn't messy.
All right, yeah, if I had feedback on this, right, biggest thing that I feedback on is the mix. Love the production, love the style of the song. All of it's really good. I think to me, there's maybe a little bit lack of balance in the production, and it's mostly because it feels like that bass line is super loud and that sub bass is really loud. I think if you could have brought up some of the instrumental aspects in there as well, just in the production, it probably would have just accented a little bit. Now, the mix is good. There's no master to bring out the elements, says Malik on Twitch. Okay, there you go. There you go. I don't know, though, because even without the master, like, you do the master and that bass line is still going to sound louder than the rest of the mix. I think to me, when I'm listening to it on these headphones, that's the thing that I'm hearing is like the bass line and that sub bass does feel louder. So like I don't know. And again, I'm not an engineer, so like for me, this is like all just shit that like I hear and like have picked up from other people. So if you are an engineer in the chat, obviously please chime in because that's always helpful. But I think for me, it just felt like there could have been a little bit more balance in the elements within the production as well. But the song itself was really good, and the production is a really cool vibe. I think it was just like, I would have liked to hear some more of those melodic elements kind of punch through more than the sub bass did. And then they even had the drums knocking a little bit more. Like, it felt like the bass kind of like buried the drums a little bit at times. That's all. But I did save it in the playlist because the song itself I liked. Say No More, Italy up next. This song came out Jan 10th, lead single for my upcoming EP. The high end will be brought up. I'm an engineer, but I can hear it. Okay. So maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my headphones right now. All right, this is Italy. Say No More. Let us know what you think in the chat. So yeah, listen to Malik, because Malik is an engineer. I'm not. So listen to the engineers. That's our art in itself. I got hella respect for engineers. This look, UK R&B and soul is a different thing. It's a different animal. Zen, thanks for the follow. Real Caves, thanks for the follow. Oh, when everything drops in on this, so nice. Including the harmonies. League on Twitch says yes. Carrot Towel. You're too much. You are too much. Zagla says this is well done. League says, yep, very good. It's great songwriting, it's great arrangement, it's great production. Shinobi says fire. Let us know what you think in the chat. This bass line too. It's got such a nice groove to it. You did. I had to double check. I had to double check the lyrics, but I did see it. That vocal tone right there when you push the vocal a little bit is real nice too. Sorry, I gotta pull this up and make sure that I go save it on Spotify as well. No, this is very well done. I just playlisted the song on a playlist dropping today, says check the rhyme. The visuals are really solid too. Check the rhyme says I love her voice. I'm a big fan of the voice. For me, voice and songwriting from Italy's always been there. Mixes had needed work at times, but I do think that this newest iteration of music from her has really been like there. It feels more polished. It's hitting. The songs are great. The delivery is really nice. All the instrumentation is just like perfect. So I'm a fan. And it's nice to see visuals too. Visuals is maybe the thing we haven't seen as much of, but I think this is the perfect feeling for a visual for this song as well. So you've done a really good job of just capturing the whole vibe and feeling of the music. Shout out to all the people who worked on it too. Melissa Kofi, Yaside Williams, Joshua Barreto, Deja Blue, Friday Styling, and Melissa Kofi or Coffee. Great work. Everybody who worked on that, really, really good job. All right. Italy Music, IDELE Music on Instagram. If you rock with that, make sure you go follow. We got PGLU up next with Go Leave. Pop punk feel. I love a little bit of pop punk.
Let's see if it works out.
Let us know what you think in the chat. Oh shit. I gotta change that. Subscribers do not get bumped into the priority queue. Sorry. That's why it's still doing that. The skip queue is right here. Sorry. Well, I mean, I guess you still do, but that's not the... You still will. Guitar is clean. I do think the vocal could be up in the mix a little bit on this one. It's pretty guitar heavy. I like the video too. The lyric edition is a nice touch. Lyrically, it maybe could use a little bit of work at times. There's maybe sections that I. Savage. Yeah, if I had any feedback, it would be mostly on the songwriting. And I would suggest one thing that you should do is really go listen to music in this space. So not like the kids who make the music like now, right? Like not like the MGKs, like none of those artists. But like go back to the source, like the real like emo pop punk music. Because I think that's one of the things for me, right? Like I was definitely a big pop punk fan, definitely a big emo fan. And I think more often than not, when I hear artists who kind of this in-between space of hip hop and the pop punk stuff, where I get lost is the lyrical content, right? And so I do think if you can capture the authenticity from the original like songs and artists in the genre, it helps you kind of tie that world together, I think, between hip hop and like pop punk a little bit more. Lyrically, this leans much more kind of like the hip hop route lyrically, I think, with this song. And I do think where it could improve is kind of like incorporating some more of those elements from like more classic emo pop punk music lyrically. Melodies were catchy, production was catchy, the guitar is clean, though I do feel like there was overpowering the vocal just a little bit at times. But I think for me, probably where I would encourage you to improve is just on the songwriting aspect of that style of music specifically, because I do think it's a big part of what makes those songs stand out. And there's a lot of artists in that space that maybe don't put as much of an emphasis on the lyrical aspect of it, and that's why they don't really catch my ear personally. Is Green Day pop punk or just pop? I would say pop punk, because especially if you like go back to them. My question to the artist is, what does this song mean to you? And I think that's definitely a fair question to ask as well. And yeah, like, I don't know, like with songwriting, you got to think about the story that you're telling through the song and how other people connect to that. You know what I mean? It did feel a little disjointed at times, but I also understand what the inspiration is maybe and who the inspiration is coming from. So that's the other thing I would say. P.G.L.U on Instagram. The guy yells PG in songs. Way Asians grab. I mean, I do love that he's Asian. That's a big plus for me. Sin City 20 Ake up next. Please instead promote my SoundCloud. Okay, fair enough. This is Ake. Let us know what you think in the chat. Like I said, we're gonna keep things moving. If you want to skip the queue and get bumped into our skip queue, it is $5 on that too. It's about toxic love, like this one with like back and forth relationship, but thanks. Yeah, and that's fine. I think it's just like you got to figure out how to make that accessible to everyone, and I feel like at times it was maybe too nichely specific to like a young male hip-hop focused crowd, whereas I think that music reaches beyond that, and that's maybe the reason that I would suggest just really listening to some of the other like artists in that space originally and taking inspiration from the way they write, because they do a great job of that. And it's like translating the pain. Instead of telling us the thing, it's making us feel the thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you want to submit, just make sure you use this link in the chat. Hey, this one's cool. I think as a producer, the one thing that I would say is maybe in this first section, there's maybe certain sounds that don't feel like they fit the groove of the beat. I love when this log drum section comes in. It feels way more Amapiano than it did in the beginning. I think the timing of the synth might be throwing me off just a touch. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, though. Obviously, we want to know what you think of these songs as well. No, you're all good, bro. You are in 2 songs from now. Blue Jean Baby, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think the thing about this one is it's a little tough to really find that like rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It's like Afrofuturistic. It is. I think though, like once this part comes in, right? And there's like that drum loop, that drum break that's happening, it's a little bit easier to follow. But I think because of the timing of the synths, without this drum thing in there, it gets a little bit harder to follow the rhythm of it. So there's moments where the rhythm kind of loses me. And I think if you're trying to get a vocalist on top of this, that is probably where you will also find the issue. South African vibes? I don't know. Yes? No? Benjamin Gustafson, who just sent me money on PayPal. Let me know what your artist name is in the chat also. And if you're submitting music, just make sure you're submitting in this form right here. Not in the Discord, not in the Google form. I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. Definitely aspects about it that I do really like. There's something about the rhythm that's throwing me off a touch. And there's like moments though when everything's in there and it's like so easy to follow along with. I think it's maybe just these sections right here where everything drops out except for the synth where it gets a little tougher. I do like the build, like arrangement wise. I kind of like the build into the drops where everything is. It definitely feels more Amapiano than anything. I do think the tough part is probably if the goal is to get a vocalist on top of it, the vocalist finding that pocket rhythmically. That doesn't mean that they won't. I think if it was me, that's where I would have the issue is just finding that rhythm. At the same time, like I like some of the sound choices, I like the drum choices. And then as soon as that you get to those moments where everything drops in, that's like the energy is there. I think in just some of those moments where it's building into it, that was maybe where you lost me. But as soon as we got into those sections where everything was in there, you kind of like pulled me back in. So still on the fence about it, but I did overall enjoyed what I heard. Ben Garossi, this is Safe and Sound. Let us know what you think in the chat. And then for yeah, you sent a skip, but you didn't put in Nero. Can you put the song in Nero and then let me know what your artist name is? And were you the one who sent me PayPal just now? Just let me know if you were. All right, this is Ben Garossi. No, Andrew Salas, I didn't yet. But we're getting close to our free bumps from the chat, so stick around. And we'll probably be able to get you there. This is actually really cool. I like the reversed vocal kind of chops on this already. Ben, G-A-R-O-S-I. I do like this. Maybe slightly less reverb delay on the lead vocal. I like it, but if you're not busting that to an auxiliary channel, make sure you're doing it there. It sounds like it's on the lead, and I think that's why it feels like this too much, even though there's maybe not. This is cool though. It reminds me of a bunch of like... It reminds me of a bunch of artists and producers that I really enjoy, actually. It's very chill. It's like got a very ambient feeling to it at the same time.
And I never say that I'm scared, but it's hard to say what I feel. Would things change if I was
Eddie Pick says I could code to this. Again, Ben Garosi on Instagram. What up, BD Ramirez? We're live on Twitch right now. Come hang out.
that no one else can see, and it's hard to keep on going when there's no one that holds you.
Ooh, maybe some timing issues right there. I would say overall I like this. The right music video could really send this over the edge too. Like if you can really capture the feeling of the song in video form, I think that would be really nice. It feels very like early 2000s, late 90s, and I think it's just got this nostalgic kind of sound to it that I really like. Like a Spooky Black. Yeah, exactly, bro. You read my mind. Like some Spooky Black type video for sure. I think that's who it kind of reminds me of as well, just like stylistically. This part's really cool right here. It reminds me of that fucking, you know, the person who sampled the song from Alice in Wonderland and like reversed it's like the daydream, fell asleep beneath the flowers, and they reversed that shit. You know what I'm talking about, bro? You guys know what I'm talking about? It's such a specific like production song. BD Ramirez, what's going on, bro? Cube Rinth R9th. I just put in the name. Okay, cool. I'll make sure we get you too. Gotta take a moment to appreciate Spooky Black. Facts. Not the Lupe Fiasco one, but there was like somebody who did like, somebody commented this on my YouTube the other day, and I like went and listened to it, and I was like, fuck, I know this song, but I haven't heard it in literally forever. But it's like hold on, I'll show you, because it's a pretty big song. It's like the Alice in Wonderland electronic. It's this from Pogo. This. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. 17 years old. Very niche internet content, but now you can stream it on Spotify, which is crazy. But I completely forgot about this song, and someone commented on my YouTube, and I was like, holy shit. I've literally not heard that song in 17 years. Yeah, it was like early internet viral, like YouTube content. Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, honestly. Like, it's been around for that long. But yeah, I guess Pogo had released it on streaming, and it has like 30 million streams or something on streaming as well, which is crazy. All right, I'm gonna keep it real. Live mic performance. Jay Stacks. He said, "Hear me out." All right, bro. We're finna hear you out right now. This better be an actual live performance. That's a bit of a pet peeve of mine when it says live and it's not.
Baby, I'ma keep it real.
It's not, but it's okay.
I'ma tell you what's the deal. Baby, I'ma keep it real. I'ma tell you, baby, I'ma keep it real. I'ma tell you what's the deal.
I mean, I do love this type of music, so guilty pleasure for me already. I'd say the same thing to everybody who comes in and sends music in this space, though. So we're still just getting through the paid skip queue right now, Blue G, maybe, but we are going to get into free skips from the chat pretty shortly, once we get through the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs, and then we'll get into free skips, okay? Okay, so this is the thing I said to everybody in the space, right? It's hard as fuck to stand out in this style of music right now. So many people are doing it, and I think that's the tough part. Vocal sounds good.
mind, baby, how you really gon' give up?
I do like the beat.
I just want your love, baby, for the full
It's a way more subdued, like shutting the laundry machine sound. I don't know what it's like. It's a kick.
Baby, will you come and see me?
It's a very subdued kick.
Baby, will you come and see me?
Energy on this is pretty solid. I think like delivery wise, it's pretty solid. I like the artist's voice.
Baby, I'ma keep it real. I'ma tell you what's the deal. Did you wrong?
It's good delivery.
I don't know if you love her. No, I told you so many lies, I ain't learned how to. Got dudes in my cups, talk it, then I get a spill.
It's a pretty catchy chorus, which I'll commend that as well. But again, I think the tough part for artists in this space is just standing out in the space. Only because it's just dominated right now by like a couple people.
No, she ain't coming back. Thinking about all the shit I think got me feeling bad. No, she ain't coming back. Now I broke your heart, baby, I ain't mean to do that.
Yeah, like that one's a tough one, man. So I like the song. I do think it's solid. If I'm comparing to other stuff in the space, does the song stand out to me more than, let's say, like a Cash Cobain song or something similar? Maybe not. At the same time, I think it would really entirely depend on the day, the time, and like how I was feeling when I listened to it. I'm gonna save it if I can, but it doesn't look like I can. What was that one called? It was called I'm Gonna Keep It Real, right? So I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save it. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to listen to it with fresh ears again. Yeah, not my style. Zagla says, not my style of music, but think he's potential in the space. It is. I do like the music, and I do think there's potential in the space, too. I'm going to listen to I'm going to Keep It Real. I'm going to try and dive into some of the other music, too, because I'm curious to see what your other music sounds like. And I'm going to follow you, too, because you definitely have something. And like, again, I've listened to a lot of music in that space, and a lot of it is ass. If I'm being honest, a lot of people in that space just actually make bad music, and that is not how I felt in listening to that. So like, that's immediately a plus for you, is that there was no point where I was like, yo, this is bad. But I do think the tough part, and that's for everyone in this space, is standing out in this space. Atlantic tagged by Ake. We got another beat from Ake up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to keep things moving. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more priority paid skip songs, and then we'll start bumping you guys up from the chat for free, so stick around if you want to get bumped up for free. We'll do like more of a rapid fire mode after we get through the songs, and just try and get as many people as possible from the chat before the end of the stream, okay? I like the way this one built. It's maybe a long intro, though it depends on whatever artist was going to be on top of this, right? But even then, I'd probably tell the artist too, like, yo, that's a pretty long intro. Unless they got straight into a verse, you know what I mean? Then you get to this section. It's easier to follow the rhythm of this one than the last one from Ake, for sure. So for that reason, I probably prefer this beat over the two. There's more space for a vocal, I think, on this one as well. That sub came in nice, deep, rumbly. Maybe ever so slightly loud, but I do like the tone of it a lot. I would maybe sidechain the kick to the sub if you're not doing that, only because it's so booming and you've got those kicks kind of hitting during the tail of it. Zagla says I could do something to this. Yeah, I like this one. Of the two, this is definitely the one that stands out to me more, I think. And definitely has more space for a vocal. Like, I could see an artist getting on it. I could hear an artist getting on it. I liked the other one, too. It maybe felt a little bit more experimental rhythmically than this one. Whereas this one feels like a little bit more commercial. It feels like I can hear a voice on it already. All right, 24 Seasons, 24 Songs, remixed by Luke Elion. Just a remix I'd use for content on social. Let us know what you think in the chat. Our second one from Luke Elion tonight, and I enjoyed the other one, so let us know what you think. PD Ramirez, I'm glad you like it. We got about 28, 30 minutes left.
For the fans, for the price, for the raise, for the heist, for the haze, for the lights, for the lanes,
Exactly, so you're not gonna like the mix I already know. That was gonna be my first note. But it's not that I don't like it. I see what you're going for. I think it just needs cleaning up and polishing, right? For the idea you're going for. It's still a little too messy. We've only got 3 more paid skips in the queue before we get into free skips. But you gotta pay attention in the chat for when we get to that section. Because I'm just not gonna sit here and let people be like, oh, you didn't tell me. And then you just fucking missed it, alright? Like, so pay attention. Turn your headphones, put your headphones in. I like the idea here. I do think there's still some rhythmic elements in the delivery that could be a little bit more on. Okay, clean your ears, man. Turn subtitles on. Goddamn.
Like it was dishes, so smelling sense of toast of Gucci got almost some expensive from execute on a haters with this justice this dishes.
422 is a bit long for the tempo of this song. This feels like a slower tempo. So it already makes the song feel longer, if that makes sense.
It's gonna take some hard work to build it in my mind. I need me some vision. I need to see. I need me some answers.
I will say, I like the idea. It just, like, for me more than anything, it's just, it's tidying up. It's cleaning up aspects of it. Even the doubles, you know what I mean? Just getting the doubles a little bit closer. Just a shelf track I love to listen to by myself. Look, we've got those, bro. I've got those in the tuck. So I totally get it. And that's how music should be. You should just make shit for yourself anyway. So Eddie says a bit confused on this one. The other one was def cleaning. Yeah, this definitely feels like it's still in like the demo phase more than the finished phase. D-Billy says early 2010s vibes. It feels less structured than the other song as well, like overall. I think we're all on the same page. A little messy. If you cleaned it up, I feel like the ideas would come across maybe a little bit more. But also, if I step back and I'm just like, all right, this is the reference track of what it's trying to get to. I can kind of hear what he's trying to get to as well. And I think the ideas are good. Yeah, I see the vision, you know? Then we just post some snippets on social. I could see you making visual content that really fit the vibe of this too. And it connecting that way, like more visually, so. I definitely think maybe a little bit more variation in the production and the arrangement. I think just with the pacing of the song, right? I don't know if I had to guess. This is either like, I mean, I don't know if you've got it as at like 140. But this feels like it's probably like in the 70 to 80 range BPM wise, like if I was just guessing. Which just feels super plotty. So like maybe just adding some variation to the production might help. You might even try speeding it up just a tiny bit. It's a Playboy Cardi unreleased. Is that the beat? Is that the beat that you used? Or did you use a different beat and just then use the title as a reference? So this is the Playboy Cardi beat. I mean, I would say the same thing to Cardi too. It's just still needs a little cleaning up. A slowed reverb. Oh, a slowed reverb. So it is super slow. Okay, well that makes sense that it's a slowed reverb and it feels like that. I'm not so mad at the idea as much as I think it could be cleaner. So I mean, I would just work on the execution of it a little bit, especially with like the timing aspects, especially the vocal layers. I think those are probably the things that like fucking stand out to me the most, is just the vocal layering being a little bit cleaner. Rhythmically at times it got a little bit off. It could have been a little bit more on, but I see the idea for it. I see what you're going for, and I think the idea is good. It's just getting some of that execution down too. All right. I'm not going to read what the title of this is because I have no idea, but this is from Carotile, aka Corserine. Destinies and Frequencies. Had a bit of a hard time with the app, but let us know what it was, because the founder of the thing is in here. So if there's things that you know, as a user are having issues with, definitely let us know in the chat. This is Corserine. Let us know what you think in the chat. I do like this, though. I feel like there's maybe too much delay on the original vocals, ever so slightly. Please You Baby says, sheesh. I like that you've added your original vocals to this. That's actually a really nice touch. And again, like I say this every time we listen to Chorus Train, if you like French House, you'll probably fuck with this. Yeah, I would dial down the reverb ever so slightly. Check the Rhyme says vocals could come up a little bit. I'm not mad at the leveling of them so much. I think it's the delay reverb that's maybe a little bit confusing, but I would try the louder thing as well. I kind of like where they sit because I don't know that it's necessarily as much as they are the lead vocal, I don't know that they are the lead thing that we're supposed to be focused on as much as the synth work. If that makes, like, you know what, I don't know that they're the focal point of the song. At the same time, I definitely see where Check the Rhyme is coming from. And if you did cut them up, then I do think they would be more of the focal point in the song. So I guess it's up to you. You know, if you want the vocal to be more of the thing that people hear, then yeah, I would cut them up. But just getting arrangement down right now. I like the arrangement of them. And again, the idea of them as well. You know what I mean? It's like very like... fucking guitar solo, bro. I like the guitar solo a lot. Course 3000 on Instagram. If you're rocking with us, make sure you go follow. We're just 2 songs away from our free skip section. I love the guitar solo. Giving Coldplay MGMT. Definitely giving MGMT for sure. I always compare him to Justice. That is, so you have an Asian son. I love that. I love that for us as a people. Tame Impala-ish. Yeah, I could hear that as well. Really great instrumentation work as always, though. Thanks for the follow, Lil Perk Smash. Damn. Brian Jackson was cracking with live on Twitch right now. The vocal reminds me of Tame Impala for sure. I kind of like I'll be honest, I kind of do like the vocal. I don't even know that you should replace the vocal with like a different vocalist necessarily. I just would maybe dial down the delay ever so slightly. Because it does sound good. I mean, you could even like vocode and throw like a layer on there or something like Daft Punk did. But I like the idea. I like the feeling of it. All right, we got Yab Marciano and Lotto coming out, or Cubunth or R9th. Cube. I don't know how to say that. You're going to have to tell me how to say that one. Scumbag World, Yab Marciano up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. And I'll tell you how the free bump section of the stream is going to go. But if you want to be considered for that, you got to submit in the form. All right? Scumbag World is also the name of my clothing line, Fire.
Love. No time for relationships. Why? I'm trying to stack this bread. More time niggas ain't on shit. That's why
Bro listens to UK rap for sure.
Been a long day, baby,
and I fuck with that.
I just need some head. Niggas wanna pop shit, then be friendly, lay in your bed. Billionaire Boys Club member, check the agenda.
YXPHH on Instagram. Flow is on. Mix on the beat is probably the thing throwing me off on this one a little bit. It's just not hitting the way that it should. From Toronto, what part? What's going on? We're live on Twitch right now. Come hang out. I was gonna link you, ain't mean to dish you, girl, I'm sorry. Felix says this is very hard. I like the song a lot. I don't love the mix on the beat. That's it. Mix on the vocal is solid. Scarborough? Hard. Yes. Right price, we can talk for the feature. Falling behind, get in the line, address me and call me a teacher. Good morning, Mr. Marciano. Scumbag World on the t-shirt. Reminds me of London with no accent. Yeah, that's how I felt. The flow is like very distinctly UK rap. I'm trying to stack this bread. If you put Central C's voice here instead, it's a Central C song. You know what I'm saying? The song itself is good. Kind of like Nems. Yeah, definitely. No time for relationships. I'm trying to stack this bread. More time niggas ain't on shit. That's why they just hate instead. Vocal mix is very good. Been a long day, baby girl, come play. I just need some head. I think for me, it's just, you know, if the instrumental mix was a little bit better, that's fine. But I think overall you did a great job on the song. I'm not mad at it. I've listened to worse from the UK that I've also, like mix-wise, I've listened to worse that I've also enjoyed. So I think I like the song. I think you did a great job on it. the flow was actually perfect for the production style, which is a thing that I feel like more often than not, that is what either like North Americans struggle with sometimes in that production style, is like getting that flow. And I think that's what the UK rappers do the best, is that flow specifically in the way they write. So I think you did all of those things, which I think is maybe one of the bigger challenges with that type of production. But yeah, I think if anything, it was the production mix that was the thing that maybe stood out to me as being like, damn, I wish this just like did a little bit more there. That was Yap Marciano, YAPHMARCAINO. Lotto. Okay, so while we do this, because we're on this last section now, so we're gonna get into some free bumps from the chat. So what we like to do in this part, right? This is a very specific process of how this works. We're gonna listen to this last song from KayvanMD, right? While we're doing that, if you are in the chat, put your artist name in the chat as soon as possible, and we're just gonna bump people up for free. It's more of a rapid fire mode, so for the next like 14 minutes, we'll try and get through as many songs as possible. This is 19 on my clock, so 19 minutes. We'll try and get through as many songs as possible. You have to have submitted in the form, and you have to put your artist name in the chat if you want to get bumped up for free. So I'm gonna make another queue. Give me a second to catch up with the chat. Though, Eddie, if you can help me with this, that'd be actually kind of fire, so I can just focus on the song. But if not, that's also fine. I can do it myself. I'm not really, you don't have to do that for me by any means. But as we go through, we'll still get feedback. We'll still pull up socials. We'll do all of that. But just know we'll probably listen to about 60 to 90 seconds of each song. So if you want me to start from somewhere that is not the beginning of the song, please let me know when we get to you, okay? We don't have a new mod, but Eddie is the founder of Nero, so he's been helping me just get everything together. Bula's just working on a lot of his own stuff right now. We are going to have some new mods in the Discord and also new features and new things that'll be happening in the Discord this year, though, so make sure you join there as well. All right, this is Lotto by KayvanMD, and that link did not work. So if you can resend it, damn. When you guys send the... Okay, I'll do it. When you guys do send in songs that way, with like a private SoundCloud link, you do have to make sure that I have access to get in there and actually play the song. Oh shit, sorry. Eddie is doing it. My bad. Or Mick. Fuck, bro. I keep calling you Mick, calling you Eddie. Bullet Muscle's working on some shit. He is. And I'm like fully in support of that, obviously. Like I always tell him this, like I want him to succeed. I want his shit to be like, what he focuses on as well. Like I don't want him to just be working on my stuff all the time. So I'm not mad at all. I just want him to succeed, so I'm happy for him. But in the meantime, we'll be figuring out new people to add to the team and new things to kind of bring to the community as well. So make sure you join us and come be friends, okay? Andrew Salas. Sorry, I'm just doing this right now as well. BD Ramirez. Let's get you bumped up. Who else have we got in the chat? Deuce Pounds. Junebug. And I don't know if you sent the song again. I guess if you're in the chat, you can send it in there too. For that KayvanMD one. Did I fuck this up, bro? I don't know if you were doing it at the same time. I hope you weren't. In you. Radicule. And again, if you want to get bumped, you have to put you have to submit it in the thing. All right, I got everyone. Radical, NU, Junebug, Deuce Pounds, BD Ramirez, Andrew Salas, D Millie. I think I got everyone, right? All right, cool. KayvanMD. I don't know if you're still in here or not, but I need you to send me the link in the chat. We're gonna go to Leviti first, and we'll just get into the free bumps for now. This is Leviti, 280Z. No one to call. Let us know what you think in the chat. Disco. Okay. Let's see what this is about. Curious to see if this is actually disco or not. And again, if you're in the chat, you want to get bumped up for free, just put your artist name in the chat if we didn't get you already. This is super interesting. It reminds me of another artist that I heard recently called Twan Haywood. It's definitely got the same type of energy. I do think that the mix on the vocal Could improve. Definitely need some more layers. I don't know whether the mix on the vocal necessarily fits the production. And that's maybe one of the things that I would kind of point to is like maybe a little bit more processing on the vocal to make it fit with the production style is what this needs. Nolo's Addiction, I don't see it in there yet, so just make sure you use the submission form to submit if you haven't. We have a different submission process now than we used to. If you guys stick around, we're going to take you to another Twitch stream where you can submit music after we get done. No socials on this one from Leviti, so if you are in the chat, drop your socials in the chat for us. Oh. So low-key, I really like this song a lot. I wish there was a social that I could go follow because I want to keep up with this artist as well. Just follow my SoundCloud. I'm not going to do that because I literally never use SoundCloud at all. So like if that's the thing is if I follow you on SoundCloud, I'm going to lose it forever and I will never ever come back to SoundCloud to check because I'm not on SoundCloud like that if I'm being honest. So if you do have an Instagram, put it in the chat because that way I can keep up. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're going to drop stuff on streaming as well, let me know. Lil Root on Instagram. All right, perfect, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm never fucking, like, I'm never on SoundCloud for anything. Thank you, Nola's Addiction. I'll go find it in a second. Let's go find our guy, Lil Root, though. Is it this? This is you. Yeah, Lil_Root_. Definitely going to be keeping up, bro. I want to hear more. I want to hear what you're working on. I liked that, so. All right, Lifestyle We Wanted, B-Man Season up next.
At Spectrum, we believe every day.
Second half of the song is completely different also. Wow, fuck. See, that's the problem with the rapid fire modes, bro. We only got 60 seconds. So if you want me to start from a different section, just let me know. This one's B-Man Season. Produced by Noev. I don't know how to say it. Noev Dev. That's the homie. I fuck with his music super heavy. I was supposed to try and link up with him in person while he was out here. Is this you, Nolo? Did you just put Nolo only? So I do like this. I do think that the vocals feel pretty low in this mix, and that's maybe one of the things I'd say immediately is like, I wish we were just getting a little bit more out of the vocal than we are. But I like the idea. This is definitely like a guilty pleasure. Hey man, I mean, you can tell me not to speak over something if you don't want me to. bman2x._ on Instagram. Make sure you follow if you're rocking with us. I always try and tell people, bro, you gotta understand, I'm sitting in a room of my own on silence. There's no music playing outside of my headphones. So sometimes I be talking over shit. I apologize. I do like this though. I think the thing for me, vocals could come up in that mix a little bit more than they were. But I like the feeling of it, I like the direction. It does go hard. It definitely reminds me of Uno a little bit, but I think the biggest thing is just the vocals being a little bit buried under the beat, and you can see it in the waveform too. You know what I mean? Like that waveform is like basically flat, which means that shit is either like mad compressed or is just like really loud and clipping. So like that's the one thing that I would just think about is like you can kind of see it in your waveform when there's not like a ton of dynamic range, like that the volume is just kind of consistently across one thing. So that's maybe the only thing I would point to is just like at a certain point it just feels like the beat is really loud. And the vocal is there and it sounds good, but it's a little bit buried behind it. That was the only thing for me. Like, I wish we could have heard more of the vocal. Pleasure. And I realize you're probably going to say, well, you were talking over it, so you didn't hear it. But I could hear it. Pleasure. Blue Jean Baby up next. I don't hear my own voice either, for what it's worth. I'm only hearing the music in my headphones. So, you know. This is Pleasure, Blue Jean Baby. Found this on Twitter the other day. Put it in my playlist and fucked with it immediately. So, I think you guys will like it. If you got hit with the ads, the VOD will be up on my YouTube tomorrow morning. Sorry. I didn't judge the mix at all. I could tell you still early on. It could be louder. But I think your vocals sound really cool. And I'm still getting the vibe of the beat through the production as well. So for me, I think that was the thing. Is like I heard it, I could tell you were still early on. The mix didn't really like feel that far off. Those addictions of This Is Hard. I think it's hard too. I liked this. At Blue Jean Baby on Instagram. You Filipino? Shout out Filipinos. Yeah, I thought so too. Like branding, the whole like aesthetic is pretty cool. It's dope. It stood out. And I'll say also, even the fucking artwork. Hell yeah. I'm half Chinese, so we're very pro AAPI artists in here also. Beats hard, but it's also like the vocal delivery. You know what I mean? It reminds me of Alexa Gates a little bit, but at the same time, maybe some other artists I like as well. Andrew Sauce wants to send beats. Inuism says dope. I honestly, like, as soon as I clicked play on this on Friday, like, it definitely stood out immediately. Like, it was one of those things that, like, I heard and I was like, you know what? There's definitely something here, and I can't wait to hit more, honestly. If you guys are in the chat and you're trying to submit, just make sure you use this link in the chat. We're going 3 free bumps right now. Sorry, I played more of that than I should have. I really enjoyed it. Again, Blue Jean Baby on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. I'm going to try and grab everyone's socials after this stream, too. And just make sure that we're putting them in the Discord for you guys. Yeah, it went straight into the playlist. This is running D-Millie Mix with vocals. Let us know what you think in the chat. What's going on? If you're with us on Instagram, we're live on Twitch right now for another 4 to 7 minutes. But feel free to send in music if you want. And if you don't have time for that, send it in all the other freeways. I fuck with the Nero setup too, man. I'm into it. And if you are in this rapid fire section, it does not guarantee that we'll play every song, but we are going to try and get through as many as possible. I like this one. The vocals feel maybe a touch loud, though. There is like a bit of a harsh frequency in the vocal EQ too that kind of stands out. And then maybe slightly a little bit of dissonance just between the key of the production and the key of the vocal on this too that's kind of catching my ear in a weird way. That might not bother everybody. We're in rapid fire right now, Gory. But I think that's maybe what stands out to me on that one is just like Dism Update still needs post-production. I think the key thing is the thing that's maybe catching my ear the most on that one. I'm not entirely sure if the vocal and the production are really sitting together the right way. And maybe that's just my ear listening to it. But that is something that caught my ear immediately. And the vocals maybe being a touch loud. There's also like maybe a harsher frequency in that high mid-range of your vocal that makes it feel a little bit more metallic than it should. That's a weird way to describe it, but sorry. This could work /understanding by Andrew Solace. Let us know what you think in the chat. Oops, I did not mean to hit that already. This is actually really nice, bro. I think I already said that I really like this one. The Andrew Solace on Instagram. I think I wish the master overall was maybe a touch louder, but this was nice. This is a super easy listen. I put it in the playlist because I would listen to this any day of the week. I love the juxtaposition of the like more R&B leaning vocal and then this super jazzy background production because we don't always hear that. Like I feel like we get jazzy background production, we for the most part get like more of a hip hop leaning song. To me, that one stands out because it is a little bit more R&B specific with that still very jazzy production. It just gives like a really, really nice feeling. It's nice. 2 elements I would never think to put together. Yeah, weirdly, right? Hey, well, what's going on, bro? This is BD Ramirez with SD versus Raw. Let us know what you think in the chat. Again, yes, the release radar is in my link tree. You can also find it here in the chat. And then if you go to my Kayvan's house page too, we have a couple ways that you can submit for free in there, and also in the Discord, a couple Discord specific things. BD Ramirez, 2 Z's. This is just some like turn the fuck up, drive fast type music for sure. I think at 35 seconds, I'm not mad at that like siren-y synth sound that's in here. After 2 minutes, that sound might get a little repetitive and abrasive on the ear. That's my only thing. Maybe some more sections where you cut that one specific sound out. Oh, there's a beat switch. There's a beat switch. I'm gonna skip forward because we've technically gone over the 60-second mark. No, that sound is still technically in there, even though it's been slightly tweaked. So that's maybe still one thing that I would probably point to is like just a little bit more variation specifically in the sound choice and in like that one sound, because like it's there the whole time throughout. So like I think, yeah, you get to like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or even 2 minutes and it's gonna keep like hitting you in the ear, right? You don't have to apologize at all. It's a really like good sound. I think you just need to figure out ways to like bring it in and out more so it's not constant. It's just the constant aspect of it that after a while gets a little bit harsh on the ear. But when it's happening and coming in and out, I think it'll be perfect. This is Junebug with Assumptions. This music video is crazy already. The White Castle show is sending me. The religious crowd will not get this. But I fuck with it. I like this. I like this sacrilegious music video. Visuals do go dummy. This song's hard too, to be honest. It's a cool usage of like AI and then special effects and like just like real effects. Eddie says I'm clutching my pearls. Bro's got the Sting makeup on or the Crow makeup on. V-Punk. Where's the beat switch?
You're alone in this world, no one's gonna grab your hand no more. You're alone in this world, no one's gonna grab your hand no more. You're alone in this world, no one's gonna grab your hand no more.
I'm gonna switch, I'm skipping to it because I want to hear it.
In my damn head, I'm feeling lost, so I'm always up to something. I'm tired of the waiting,
interesting.
Bitch, just stop the assumptions. Supposed to take your life, you're to look at things worth nothing anymore.
It's a super interesting beat switch and not at all what I expected you to do. I think because it's so heavy when you start out, like having that beat switch where it kind of strips down a little bit was kind of like, it definitely took me by surprise. I was kind of expecting it to continue to be like really aggressive and in your face. But I liked it. And again, I think the fact that you kind of switch into that more rapped vocal after like almost a more screamed vocal in the beginning is it's a nice touch and it moves in a really natural way. So great job. JVNEBVG on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you were rocking with that one. We got Inu. First, do you I can't read. First, do you got a man? Let us know what you think in the chat. I don't know why I couldn't read that. First, do you got a man? Very quiet on the master. But damn, do I fuck with the song. Check the rhyme. I can't believe you've still not used any of these skips, but you have a great rest of your night and great rest of your week, bro. I'm gonna have some releases coming your way soon, man. I'm locking in this year. Quiet, but could have hit so hard, said Nola's Addiction. I agree. INNU.XO on Instagram. What's crazy is the visuals actually are so hard, too. Like, vibe regardless. He can definitely sing. Just quiet. That's the only thing. You know, you got to get that volume up to be, like, kind of comparable to the other stuff happening. You're Alone But Not Forgotten. Radicule up next. Super quiet in the beginning, but it does go. I had to turn it up a little bit. All right, let us know what you think in the chat. That is Jodeci sample? Or is it? What is this sample? I know this sample. This group Intro. It's a good flip. Aces on the bottom, going about 100 on the way. I got the aces on the back. I got it on the missus. I'm getting the money. I got it. Honey. No honey. Radicule on Instagram. This is good. It's got a nice bounce to it. It's a little out of the box, but it's really, really cool. Intro, Don't Leave Me, such a lovely sampling song. It's a really interesting flip. Just rhythmically, too, it's a really interesting beat. It's like an ear-catching thing to listen to. Great job. I fuck with that. At Radicule on Instagram. Heads or Tails, I Am YD up next. This is my latest release in the 3-part series, releasing every Friday of this month. We've listened to this artist on stream before, and I do really like this artist a lot. We haven't done Noah's Ark yet, no. Yeah, great job, bro. I would love to hear more beats from you, too. It's going to be interesting to hear you with a vocalist on top. Saving this immediately. I.am.yd on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. We are fans over here at the house. Alright, we are done, though. Unfortunately, this is looking like it's going to be the last song. But we got through a lot today. I can't even lie. We did. Eddie, I know you are still here, bro. There is one that did not play today. That was a paid skip, but the blink didn't work. And it was this Cuba. This one right here, bro. Is there any way that you can move that over to the next queue and we can try and figure out how to get that person to send in the right link? Ooh, this is fire. Again, I.am.yd. Okay, so if you guys did not get played today, I know there's a couple of you who did not get played. Just make sure you resubmit on Thursday. I'm going to be back on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. In the meantime, if you don't follow us on Kayvan's House on Instagram, you can submit your music in the comments of my songs we found in the comments series, which is going to be updating. And I'll be listening to all the submissions for that before Thursday, okay? So if you want to submit music for content, you still can. There are other ways to submit music for free. Just make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's House on Instagram as well. And if you want, you can join the Discord for a bunch more opportunities like the community playlist, which will probably open back up again soon. I don't know if I'll use the December update. We may just do a completely new round of submissions for January. So just make sure you keep your eyes open for that in the Discord as well. More opportunities on the way. We had a great stream. We got through 33 songs today, which is not bad. That's a good amount. 34, I guess, if you count that one. That's a good amount of songs. So yeah, tap back in. We got some playlists dropping this week, and I'll be listening to new music as you drop it. Just make sure you put stuff in my release calendar if you haven't. And thank you guys for a great stream. We're going to go on a raid right now, so come with us. I'm going to take you guys to another place where you can send your music in and get feedback. Probably Big Duck if he's on right now, because he's my fave. And we did not raid him last week, I don't believe. So we're going to go raid Big Duck Energy Music. Come raid with us. You'll be able to send music in there as well. And like I said, YouTube VOD will be up tomorrow. So if you missed your song, if you missed any of the songs, you want to go back, make sure you go check that out tomorrow as well. And go subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free. We'll have more interviews and video content dropping this year. Shinobi, thank you. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy yourself. Your music slaps. It was great to hear it. And shout out to everybody who sent in music and skipped today. We appreciate you guys. It was a lot of great music. But I'll be back on Thursday. See you soon. Have a good week. Peace. And come on this raid with us as well. Big Duck is good people. And I do think you guys will enjoy his stream. If you enjoyed it here, he has an equally enjoyable community, and everybody in there makes really great music too. He does a bunch of really cool programming, so you guys should definitely check it out. And yeah, please keep submitting music. I love hearing you guys' music. I love getting to know you guys and seeing you develop as well, so keep sending it in. I'll see you soon. Peace.
They be biting, they want what you got. Put some diamonds on your neck. Know them BBs cost a lot. Let me know if you
Yo, RRN19. So your skip went through, bro. This is the end of the stream, but we're gonna move it. No, I tried to play a song, it didn't work because the link wasn't working. So we pushed you to Thursday. If you can just make sure you resubmit on Thursday, we'll make sure we still give you the paid skip. But it just wasn't working, and then you weren't there in the chat when we asked for you to resend it. So if you can just send it, bye. Certified go get a #1 provider. I can't deny it. Shawty is a rider.